So I have the big one and he has the mini. Today we'll answer the question if you need a Google Home as well.
Welcome to the Google Home Review by DHRME.
The Home is like a small pet, but without the downsides. It sits there unobtrusively and you can interact with it when you feel like it. And the fact that it sits in a common space lends itself to uses which you simply do not have on a mobile device.
It's a hands-free device, so whether you're rocking a baby or doing the dishes, you still have access to Google Home.
Don't judge. I have mine on the TV table. It hears me quite well, but if the volume is loud, I need to shout at it.
Yes, the volume gets reasonably loud on mine as well. It has a max level of 10, but I hardly ever use it above 5, 7 at most.
Same here. I'm around the 5 mark.
So I've used the Google Home for about 3 months now, and these are the typical uses on any given day. So number 1 is smart lighting. I use it to turn on and off the LifeX Color 1000 that I have in my living room.
Me, Hugh.
I also start my videos on the TV using Chromecast or play music using my Spotify account, either on my audio system through Chromecast Audio or on the Google Home itself.
And when there's certain shopping items that come to mind, I don't have to open up the app on my phone and type it. I just ask Google to add it.
And I find the directions really convenient, especially if I can just ask it when the next bus is as I'm getting dressed.
How do I get from Utrecht Centraal to Amsterdam Arena?
Alright, the best way to get from Utrecht Central Station to Amsterdam Arena by car.
Funny story, so about a month ago I misplaced my phone. It was on silent as it always is. So I just asked my device, hey, where's my phone? And it helped me out by ringing it at max volume even though the phone was on silent. My industrious 1-year-old had managed to wedge it between the couch cushions. Speaking of 1-year-old, when I played the ukulele for him, note C.
Okay, here's a C.
I was brilliant. That's the brains of Google. It can do a wide variety of things. Kevin, do you have any out of the ordinary uses for your mini?
Not really, since I don't have a 1-year-old and I'm not musically gifted.
Oh.
But I do use, for example, the good morning feature when I'm making my breakfast in the morning. It's a useful way of getting a snapshot of my day and also some useful news.
And I also use it regularly to check my upcoming appointments. And that's one of the benefits of using a true multi-user device. When I ask it my appointments, it gives me my agenda for the week. When my wife asks the same question, she gets her list of appointments. So that's really, really useful.
I know you had the Echo Dot with Amazon Alexa. Why did you switch?
If you want to really see a full comparison, leave a comment down below and we'll make that video for you. But here's the bottom line. Google Home with Google Smarts is just better.
Dot. Well, Rowan, now that the Google Home Mini is there and it wasn't there when you purchased your home, which one would you get now?
Well, okay, let's just start with this. You can get 2 Google Home Minis for the price of a Google Home.
And still have money left over.
Probably, I'm leaning towards 2 Google Home Minis.
Yeah.
It's probably what I would buy.
Yeah. Especially if you have your own music system along with Chromecast Audio, you almost have very little use to use it as a main speaker. So then the Home Mini might be better. Okay, I've got to ask, do you ever have the feeling that Big Brother Google is listening all the time?
Well, if you got the Google Home Mini as soon as it came out, Big Brother was listening all the time because the hardware button was somehow pressed down and everything you said was being recorded. But then again, that's a bug and that's not how it was intended to work. They've disabled the button now, right?
That's true.
On your Mini.
Yeah. Of course they're using our data. Think about all the web history Google has. Think about all the purchase history Amazon has. This is nothing new. So if you're worried about your data being used for the wrong reasons, you should consider becoming a hermit. Here are our tips for the product development team at Google. These are basically things we miss and would like the Home to do. Number 1.
So right now the Google Home is just a mild convenience. It really needs to get smarter because it's really not at the level of conversing with a human being. So for example, even to turn the lights up, the brightness up a little bit, you need to use specific language. It doesn't always work if you just say, make the lights brighter or brighten up the lights.
And it doesn't always hear me, especially when the volume is louder. I kind of need to shout at it. And does it hear you well?
Yes, I've placed it on the mantle in the living room and it works most of the time. But I think the height isn't optimal. So there are times when it doesn't hear me. one of the most frictionful things about the Google Home is the fact that you have to say, hey Google or okay Google every time. It's like talking to your wife and saying, hey wife, how are you? Hey wife, why are you sitting up? Hey wife, why don't you stand? It's very unnatural, and I think that gets in the way of the usability of the device.
And we'd love it if Google Home could make calls and send text messages. That'd be pretty convenient.
Yeah.
But I think that's coming up. What is also coming up is routines. Routines isn't available yet, but it makes it possible for Google Home to carry out multiple actions with a single trigger word. For example, saying goodnight could turn off all the lights, turn down the thermostat, and set your alarm. When there are certain shopping items that come to mind, add phone-friendly soap to my shopping list. I don't have to open up the app on my phone and type it. I just ask Google to add it.
Okay, I've added phone-friendly soap to your shopping list.
However, it does add it to a separate shopping list within the Google Home app. I would much rather have it added to Google Keep, for example. And the final tip, and this really pisses me off, is that you have multi-person support, you have shortcuts.
Bigger.
Fine, it's bigger. That's what you wanted to hear. Right. My home mini is from the UK and his is from the US. Maybe that's why, but I'm not sure. I did some research, couldn't find out. If you know why, do let us know in the comments below. Why doesn't Google just give equal support to all devices? Why do they have to discriminate this way? Why Google? Why?
The convenience it offers is really real. So for example, once you have it, it's really hard to go back to not having it.
You know, it's a nice entry into voice-based assistance, especially if you're starting up your home. But do note that it's only useful when you have other devices that it can communicate to and help you activate or configure, such as your temperature or your lighting or your TV, etc. If you don't have these devices and you don't plan on getting them, you might want to think twice about what it really has to offer. Hey, what do you think? Should I get the Google Home?
Maybe I'm not worth the money, maybe I am, who knows, but subscribe to DHRME.